Hi, Amanda from Whitewood Acres here. Thanks for joining me today. We're in southeastern Ontario, and that's a growing zone 6B, and we're just wrapping up on our growing season now. We did just get a light frost, and that means the big one is coming, so it's time for me to harvest all of my herbs and get them preserved for the winter. And I'm not going to be talking about dehydration today. Let me just show you guys one of my favorite ways to preserve my herbs. And in particular, I'm going to talk about basil today and how I like to save my basil. Basil is delicate and it has so much of those aromatic oils in there, and they tend to really lose their luster when you dry them. So what I like to do, and this is very simple, and it's going to be a game changer if you're a cook or if you save your own herbs. I have a jar of kosher salt here. It's a coarse salt. I'm going to put a layer of salt in a little jelly jar. I'm going to take a few leaves and layer them in there. And you don't want your leaves to be too thick on each other, because the idea here is to get the salt all around these leaves. You put another little layer of salt in there. And really push your leaves into that salt, because it's going to release those oils. So there's a layer of leaves, a little more salt, more leaves. You get the idea. So just continue this until your jar is full. You want your top layer to be salt. Ideally, you want all of the leaves to be completely covered. The salt's going to preserve these leaves and keep all of those oils intact, because they're not drying your leaves out. Okay, so the top layer is salt. Everything's covered. You're just gonna stick a lid on that. And I mean, it's good immediately. This is one from last year. There's not much left in it as far as basil, because I use this like crazy. But let me just show you a couple of leaves here. Dust some of the salt off. It's still pliable. It still has all of its oils. And it's a shame you can't smell this, because it's amazing. So that's a year old, and the salt is still nice and fluffy. The basil leaves are still nicely preserved. And when you're done using all the leaves, you have basil flavored salt. So don't throw that salt away. It's amazing for cooking with. So I don't even actually keep dried basil anymore. There's absolutely no point. I would never use it if I had a jar of this sitting around. This is far superior. All the aroma of the basil is still there. And oh no, I lost the rest of my footage, but you get the gist. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.